Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dr. Talk's Quant Lab. Today we are wrapping up our mechanics section with subsection 1.6.5, order mechanics, entering and exiting the market. So far, we have discussed what a position is and the directional risks of going long or short. But to actually manage a position, whether you are opening a new trade, taking a profit, or cutting a loss, you must communicate your exact intent to your broker. You do this through your trading application using specific order tabs. Keep in mind, the exact terminology might vary slightly depending on your specific brokerage platform, but the underlying mechanical functions are always the same. Whether you are buying or selling, almost all trading activity relies on these fundamental order mechanics. First, we have the market order. When you use a market order, you are telling the broker to execute your trade immediately at the current best available price. The advantage here is guaranteed execution speed. The disadvantage here is that it does not guarantee the exact price you will receive. We call this slippage. Second, the limit order. This sets a specific fixed price target. The broker will only execute the trade if the market price reaches or exceeds your limit. This guarantees your exact price, but it does not guarantee execution. If the stock misses your limit by a single penny and then bounces, your order will never fill. Third, we have the market if touched order, or MIT. I personally use this order quite often. It is an alternative to the limit order. You set a trigger price, and once the stock touches that price, it converts into a market order. Why use this? Because sometimes you want to make absolutely sure you do not miss a trade. A limit order sacrifices execution for a guaranteed price, and MIT order sacrifice a guaranteed price for guaranteed execution. Fourth, the stop order. This sets a fixed trigger price. Once the stock touches this trigger level, the order automatically converts into a market order and execute immediately. We use this primarily for breaking into a new high or stopping out of a loss. Fifth, the stop limit order. This is a hybrid order that sets two different prices, a trigger price and a limit price. When the stock hits your trigger price, it activates a limit order instead of a market order. This prevents you from getting filled at a terrible price during a sudden flash crash, but carries the massive risk that your trade might not execute at all if the price drops too fast. Now, how do we use this to actually enter a trade? When you want to buy a stock to open a long position, you have to choose how you interact with the current price. If you use a buy market order, you want into the stock immediately. If you want to buy the dip below the current market price, you use a buy limit or a buy MIT. Use a buy limit if you refuse to pay a penny more than your target. Use a buy MIT if you absolutely do not want to miss the bounce. If you want to buy a breakout above the current market price, you use a buy stop. The broker won't let you press an MIT order above the current price to buy. You must use a stop order for breakouts. When you are ready to sell your shares, you use those exact same tools. To take profit above the current market price, you use a sell limit or a sell MIT. To stop your losses below the current market price, you use a sell stop order. If the stock drops to this level, it triggers a market sell to protect your capital. Now, let's talk about an advanced exit tool, the trailing stop order. This is a dynamic order designed to lock in your profits while giving a winning trade the room it needs to run. Instead of a fixed price, you set a trailing distance like a $5 gap. The mechanical rule of a trailing stop is incredibly simple. The stop price only moves up. It never moves down. Let's look at the example in your notes. Suppose you own a stock trading at $100 and you set a trading stop with a $5 gap. Your stop is at $95. If the stock climbs to $105, your stop automatically moves up to $100. If the stock falls to $103, your stop remains frozen at $100. It never moves down. If the stock surges to $110, your stop moves up to $105. Finally, if the stock drops rapidly to $105, your frozen stop is triggered and your position is sold, successfully locking in your profit. When you open your trading application, you might see highly complex orders like market on close, limit if touched, or a trailing stop limit. Please ignore them. While this exists for highly specific institutional strategies, using them without fully understanding their mechanics often leads to costly errors. Focus strictly on mastering the core orders we just covered. Before we conclude, I must give you my strictest warning about a setting called time in force. Whenever you place a conditional order, you have to tell the broker how long it should remain active. A day order is only valid for the current trading session at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. The broker cancels it. A good till cancelled GTC order remains active indefinitely until the market triggers it or you manually cancel it. A very common beginner mistake is setting a protective stop loss at a day order. You go to sleep thinking you are protected. The next morning, the stock drops, but your stop loss is gone because it expired yesterday. Always ensure your protective stops are set to GTC. That covers how of order mechanics. In section 1.8, we will explore exactly where and when to deploy these entry and exit orders. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.